Hi guys, welcome back. Jarrard from The Wheel Deal. Going to talk today on our second part of our video about wheel balance. Specifically this time we're going to talk about road force and we're going to talk about rim run out and how that can affect vibration. So in our previous video you would have seen we balanced the wheel and tyre combination. You may be wondering what this big sucker here on the back is. This is our road force roller. What that's going to do is apply essentially a force to the tyre, which is around 550 kilos of force, and we're going to flex the sidewall of the tyre to see what kind of feedback we get on the road. So whilst the wheel may be balanced, we may still have a vibration issue that we need to address. So let's have a look at that. First things first, we need to make sure that our tyre pressure is correct. Which it is, and we'll give it a crack. Okay, so immediately we've come up with a bit of an issue. What we can see here is the limits for a passenger car, and that is basically anything with four doors that, you know, is a sports car or something like that, not an SUV and not a four-wheel drive. The limit for road force is 6.8 kilos, and the machine's just identified that this particular wheel and tyre combination is giving us 7.5 kilos of road force, which is not necessarily enough to cause a problem, but it has identified an issue with this wheel and tyre combination. If we look closely at the measurements and limits for this particular assembly, so the assembly is the wheel and the tyre together, we can see clearly that we have our road force issue for the assembly, which is borderline, but we also have a rim run out issue where we've got 0.81 millimeters of rim run out on the rim itself. So what you didn't see while that wheel was spinning was there's a laser actually measuring to 0.01 of a millimeter how much movement there is in that inner rim. So if we have a look at our run out plots, this is actually a demonstration of each portion of the rim. Now, if the rim was perfectly round, we would see a dead straight line on the red coloured line. What we can see here when I rotate the tyre is that we have quite a strong depression at top dead centre on this wheel, which means that this wheel has a little bit of a buckle in it. We also happen to have one at 180 degrees from there, which gives us something called a second harmonic, which means that this wheel is actually a little bit egg-shaped. We have a high spot on two opposing planes and we have a low spot on two opposing planes. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't make it better. So what we can do in this instance is match the tyre in the rim to give the best possible combination and the least possible vibration, considering that this wheel is buckled. Ultimately, the correct fix would be to go and get the rim re-rolled or to replace the rim. But in this instance, we're going to try and turn the tyre and see if we can get it a little bit better. So I'm going to mark the tyre and the wheel and the relative position for where we're going to set them. And then we'll come back and we'll test it again and we'll see how it looks. Stay with me. Okay guys, so now we've rotated this wheel and tyre combination. We're going to test it again and we'll see whether we've got any better results out of it. Okay, so you'll notice that the wheel balance has changed, and that's because we've rotated the tyre's position on the rim to a different position, so we do need to rebalance it. But importantly, you'll notice that this road force figure here now is down to 5.5. So we've reduced it from 7.5 down to 5.5, which is within the passenger limits. And all things being considered, this customer shouldn't be able to feel the fact that he's got a slightly buckled rim, and we've been able to reduce that issue. So we'll rebalance this and pass this on to our customer. But For any wheel and tyre package you purchase from the Wheel Deal, we will always road force the wheel and tyre package before it leaves our workshop. Whether that's a brand new wheel and tyre or you simply come in for another set of tyres, we're going to do this process. We're going to change it, rotate the tyre and the rim. Anytime we see anything that's outside of limits, we're going to fix that before it even leaves here. So if you've got any questions, or please post in the comments on the video. And if you're looking to buy any wheels and tyres, please jump on thewheeldeal.com.au. Thanks for watching.